Well, here at Fox Carolina, we are committed to you, and officials with the Blue Ridge Parkway want people to be very aware after recent sightings have led to part of the trail being closed. So if you take a look right here, you can see the closure is along the segment of the Mountains to Sea trail that's near Bull Mountain, which is not far from Asheville. But rangers say 3 bear encounters in that area have led them to close off the half-mile segment of that trail. The closures will continue throughout the rest of the month. And we want to make sure that you and your friends and family stay safe when you are out exploring or hiking, and experts say you should stay alert and stay together if you are hiking in a group. Make sure you don't leave any food or trash out because that could attract bears. Keep your dogs on a leash so that bears are not forced to defend themselves if your dog decides to chase after them. And carry bear spray just as a precaution, and make sure you follow the instructions on how to use it properly.
And now,